Well, it's day 10 of the U.S.-Israeli war on Iran, and there are two things that are crystal clear. The President, J.D. Vance, Rubio, and Hegseth don't have a frickin' clue what they're doing or why. And this war has nothing to do with putting America first. You know, our brave men and women of the U.S. military are doing what they have always done. They're putting their lives at risk with skill and courage to execute their missions. And our hearts go out to the families and the loved ones of American service members killed, and the thousands of Iranian civilians, including school children, who have also been killed with U.S. and Israeli bombs. Iran is a repressive regime responsible for terror across the Middle East. That's clear. But that does not mean that those of us in northern Wisconsin should bear the cost of yet another Middle East war when we're not funding schools, food, or health care for the people here at home. Does this country ever learn? It's a disgrace to Americans, and it's a disservice to our Americans in uniform that this president and his administration have followed the state of Israel into launching another all-out war in the Middle East without any clear strategy, without any planning or consideration of what happens next. How does this war protect America's interests at home? Already, oil price shocks are causing the stock market to tank where so many people's retirement accounts are invested. Already, gas prices are pushing north of $3.60 a gallon. Diesel fuel prices are about to affect the price of almost everything you or I buy or sell. And it's becoming more clear every day that we're in this war first and foremost because the Israeli government of Benjamin Netanyahu demanded it, and like the Biden administration before him, Donald Trump just went along. Thankfully, almost all the Democrats and a few Republicans have opposed this war and voted for a War Powers Act. But I have not heard the leaders or even most members of either party say what they know is true, that the Netanyahu government has had far more influence on our own foreign policy than our U.S. Congress. And I haven't heard Democratic leaders in Congress pledge to block new funding for this billion-dollar-a-day shit show when they know that is the most powerful tool that Congress has to stop this. That needs to change. Our strong support for the Jewish people should never mean simply writing a blank check for whatever the Netanyahu government wants to do, including committing war crimes. And if we're truly serious about putting America first, and if we're serious about supporting our fine men and women in the armed services, then we need an America that truly leads the world, not one that follows. So the work of rebuilding our policy, it needs to start in the next Congress. My campaign is refusing to accept corporate PAC money, and that includes funding from AIPAC or any other group that does not advocate first and foremost for people here at home. And I intend to go to Congress and work for you and nobody else. And I would love to have your support.